This is a short tutorial on how to import gUFO into a newly created ontology in TopBraid Composer. TopBraid Composer is a little bit different from Protege in the import because we cannot use a perl.org IRI in TopBraid Composer because of the way it resolves these URLs. So instead, we have to check the ontology source, and you have to open then the ontology source, the TTL, the turtle file, with this URL that is already resolved. It's not the perl.org URL, but it's the resolved raw URL. And using this URL, we will add that to TopBraid Composer. So here, we'll just create a new project. It will be an empty project with a single file. So it's just, importing example. And here we'll create a single new file, which will be an RDF file. Let's just take all the defaults here. And once we've created this file, we'll be able to click on the import functionality here in this tab. So here we have a little import plus with a globe, import from URL, and we'll add that raw GitHub user content gUFO TTL file. We cannot leave any trailing slashes here because that will lead to error in TopBraid Composer. So here we go. Now all the properties are loaded, and also the taxonomy of gUFO has been loaded properly here into TopBraid Composer. So we can start extending and creating our ontologies by reusing gUFO. The gUFO prefix is already established here correctly. So say we want to create, recreate this example with persons and marriages and so on. So here we can now create subclasses of gUFO classes such as functional complex. So here we're going to add again the person as a class that is a subclass of gUFO functional complex. We'll also add the marriage subclass of relator, and we can also instantiate just like what we can expect persons like John and Mary, which are objects and endurance and things. So here the counts are updated, and then we can add John and Mary's marriage to this. We can always check some of the turtle serialization in the turtle in the source code, which you see is reusing gUFO. So here person subclassing gUFO functional complex and marriage subclassing relator. The instances are listed here. So John and Mary's marriage, for example, which is of type marriage, and all the information has been added about the standard gUFO elements that can be reused. So we can, for example, see here gUFO has begin point, and gUFO has begin point and XSD date, which apply to a number of these elements. So here we can, for example, if we take John and Mary's marriage, if we take John and Mary, we can add those additional properties to them. So for example here, we can take in the form view John and Mary's marriage, and we can give it a value, for example, stating that they were married in the 1st of January of 2010. And all this is serialized in the unnamed.ttl here. We can check the source code, and here we have gUFO has begin point and XSD date, and the literal for the date when the marriage began.